Yo MotoGP fans, welcome back to another episode of MotoGP 25, my career mode, my short calendar career mode I must say, because we only have a few rounds to go, and the 29th of April MotoGP 26 is coming out. I'm really excited for that one. In the rider standings, Marc Marquez leads, then we have Bagnaia, Jorge Martin, and we are on P6. We have to finish in front of Johan Zarco within 3 races, with 2 races more to go, as we already completed one. So we have quite a margin over Zarco, so I don't see any problem finishing in front of him, and maybe we can get a contract with Gresini. But first off, we are going to the Netherlands for our home Grand Prix. We have a nice weather, nice forecast. I'm really excited for this one. Rain in the practice session, but dry afterwards, and fine weather for qualifying. Dry sprint and dry race. Let's see what we can do. See you back at the qualifying results. Okay, qualifying didn't go well. We finished dead last in Q1, so we will be starting from P22. Bastianini and Bezzecchi going through to Q2, and on top of that, we have a long lap penalty for irregular pit entry, and the long lap penalty has to be served during the main race, so not in the sprint, but during the main race. And that's unfortunately, I wanted to have a good result here for our home crowd, but it didn't happen. We struggled a lot, and yeah, we will start from dead last. Hopefully we can set a good result. See you back at the sprint. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Netherlands for the Dutch Grand Prix, the TT Circuit Assen, where we will start this race weekend off with a sprint race. It's a bit cloudy, 19 degrees air temperature and 28 degrees track temperature. These are good racing conditions, and hopefully this race will bring us some excitement. And this man, Pecco Bagnaia, starts from pole on one of his favorite tracks here, the Dutch Grand Prix. We have Bagnaia starting from pole, Marc Marquez starting from P2, Alex Marquez from P3. On the second row we have Jorge Martin, Aldeguer and Zarco, the one we need to beat in this race and the upcoming race, or we have to finish in front of him in the rider standings, I must say. We will start from dead last, P22, and our teammates from P20. In a couple of seconds the lights will go out. I hope you're ready for the Dutch Grand Prix.
Riders are lined up on the grid with Pecco Bagnaia in pole position and ready to start. Just a few more seconds until the lights go out and the race begins.
So we have 10 red lights, we rev the engine up, and the Dutch Grand Prix is on the way. Slow response, but decent, better than the ones we did before. And now we head for turn 1, where they are going very slow. We can dive through the inside of a few riders, and we're up to P14. So we are making a lot of progression here in the first couple of laps. Riding a bit aggressive. I need to be aggressive if we want to make up for some positions, as we make contact with Bezzecchi, I think. Hit him in the back. And they are going slow in front of us. We can overtake Aldeguer and Bezzecchi in one move, and are right behind Quartararo as we make contact with him. That was a bit 30, and that's our first warning of the day, of the sprint. Didn't want to hit him, but he was going very slow there. Nowhere to go, and luckily we didn't crash, or we didn't make him crash, or else it will have been a long lap penalty for us. And we already have one pending for the main race, so we don't need another one for the sprint. Closing down the first lap, and we made a lot of progression in P9. in the points, the final point of the sprint. Behind Pedro Acosta. And now turn 5 is the place where we can make a move, and we go for it. It's a brilliant move on Acosta. Taking a much tighter line, and we demote him to P9. We have P8 as of now. Oh, as we go wide, and we lost our place to Acosta again. It's a slight little error, and Acosta didn't hesitate and just took the opportunity. But we are not giving up. We keep the pressure on Acosta. Going for the final chicane. Hard braking. And we came through, but still behind Acosta. Can we go for another move here in turn 5? We make it stick, but it's a bit aggressive on Bastianini. Overtaking 2 riders in 1 corner. That's a brilliant move. Aggressive, but brilliant. And this is much better than previous lap. And we also didn't receive a warning for our move on Bastianini. A bit odd. But hey, you won't hear me complain about it. Acosta also made a move on Bastianini, so he's again right behind me. And I know he's fast, so I have to keep an eye out for him. Ooh, going hot into the final chicane. Cutting the corner, and we have our second warning of the sprint. And Acosta is right behind me. Acosta still there, still hanging on. Can't seem to shake him off. Ooh, that's a brilliant move by Acosta, but we counter his attack. Taking a defensive line, and he backed out of it. Ooh, another track limit warning. That is number 3 now. As we head for the final lap of the sprint. Looking at the top 3, we have Bagnaia leading, Alex Marquez on P2, and Jorge Martin on P3. Not sure where Marc Marquez is. Maybe he's I think he's in P4. As we go around the final corner, heading for the final chicane. Ooh, and almost going hard again. That's another track limit. But we cross the line to make it to take P7. So, Bagnaia wins the sprint. Alex Marquez on P2, Jorge Martin on P3. We have Marc Marquez finishing in P4, Zarco finishing in P5, so scoring some excellent points. We finished in P7 and Fabio Quartararo in P11. Our teammates on P20, so that's very low. But yeah, it was a tough race. A difficult race with the constant pressure of Pedro Acosta, and luckily we could defend against him, but we still need the main race to do, and hopefully we can do much better. But remember, we have to do a long lap penalty during the main race. In the Riders' Championship, Marquez is still leading. His lead shrinks to 34 points, and we are still in P6. Ducati still the team to beat, but the Aprilias are coming. Let's head out for the main race.
The lights are about to go out. Pecco Bagnaia is starting from the front row thanks to that pole position from yesterday. All hell will break loose in a few moments.
So it's time for the main race. We have 10 red lights, we rev the engine up, and we are on the way. There was a very long start, a very long wait, I have to say, for the start. And look at the right hand of my screen. We have a pending long lap penalty. Remember, this happened during practice. We had an irregular pit entry, so we were punished with a long lap penalty, while Mir makes an aggressive move on Oliveira, our teammate. And ooh, Mir is being very aggressive in the opening lap, and he just rode on the grass. So yeah, Mir over aggressive, and we are in P17, but still need to do a long lap penalty. We will do it in our second lap, because in real life you can't do a long lap penalty, or you can't serve a long lap penalty during the first lap of the race. So we have to do it in the second lap while we battle with Rins for P16. But we are riding with much more confidence than we did during the sprint race. Maybe because we have nothing else to lose because of the long lap penalty we have to serve. Oh, a bit tight on the curbs. But Jorge Martin is leading. So Bagnaia dropped as we make a move on Rins through the inside of turn 1. And it's time to serve our long lap penalty. Sorry about the edit, something went wrong there. But yeah, we served the long lap penalty and we are back in last position. But we immediately make a move on Joan Mir and we are behind our teammate. Can we make another brilliant move in turn 1? We will try it on our teammate. It's a bit risky, but we make it. And it's a brilliant move. Ooh, going wide. No track limit warning, however. Now trying to move on Raúl Fernandez. We make a block pass and it's a beautiful pass on Fernandez. into P19. Ooh, that's a bit aggressive from Fernandez. Pushed us while we were braking. Oh, Marc Marquez crashed. Is he out? No, I don't think so. There he is, rejoining the track. And he slows a bunch of the riders down and we hit Morbidelli in the back. That will be a warning for us. But that was very dangerous from Marquez, rejoining in a dangerous way and making a lot of riders going very slow. But the race continues. There's the first warning because of the contact with Morbidelli, and Fernandez is pushing. So we need to increase our tempo, increase our pace. Ooh, it was risky. Morbidelli was too far in front to make a move on him, but we try it anyway. It was a potential warning, but the stewards, I think the stewards allow it. And now we can make a move on him through turn 5. As Rins is going slow as well. And we overtake Morbidelli and Rins, but Ogura is also going slow. Ooh, it's risky here. Okay, it went well, but it was very risky. Almost taking each other out. Marc Marquez on P15 on factory Ducati. Who would have thought that? But the race is not over. Still 5.5 more laps to go. Ooh, going a bit wide. As we go for the final chicane. We're too far ahead for a move on him, but we'll go wide. I wanted to say, but we can make a move here, but it was too risky. Now we have turn 5, and we know they are slow in turn 5. A lot of contact between a few riders in front. Marquez going slow, Ogura going slow, and can we take advantage of it? We make another contact with Ogura. Ogura is slowing us down. We have to make a move on him. And we need to do it fast. Ooh. That's a corner cut. That's our second warning. But we overtake Ogura. So luckily we are in front of him and he can't slow us down anymore as Marquez goes very slow in turn 1. I think it was because of Quartararo. And Marquez doesn't seem to like it as we make a move on him in turn 5. One of our favorite spots to make a move. Ooh, there's a yellow flag. It's Jorge Martin. He crashed. Oh, Marquez, aggressive. Wasn't paying attention on Marc Marquez and he made an aggressive move on us. This race is becoming a real thriller. A lot of action going on in the track. Another yellow flag. It's Ogura. Ogura crashed. And he is out of the race. Whoa! Quartararo being pushed aside by Marc Marquez. That's very dirty. And because of that, we had to slow down but we make a move in turn 1 on Quartararo. I wanted to say we made it stick, but Quartararo, strong as always. Defending, really brave. But now we go around the outside of him and also on Viñales. And again, Marc Marquez going slow here. Not sure what's wrong with his bike. Well, it seems like he has some sort of problem coming out of turn 5. Ooh, sorry about that. But I think you deserved it for the move you made on us. Aggressive move. Now you can have it back. That's our 3rd warning. Ooh, Marquez cutting the corner, and as I say it, we cut the corner as well. So need to be very careful now. 4 warnings, 1 more, and we have a long lap penalty. But I really want to beat Marc Marquez. He looks vulnerable here. And we know turn 5 is the turn where we are strong, and it's a favorite spot of mine to make a move, and we make a move on 2 riders, Marc Marquez and Bastianini. Great move. Now to try to create a gap with the others. Ooh, Bastianini is still there. We go a bit wide, and Bastianini is through. If we go for a pass, we need to do it clean, because we already have 5 warnings. And Marquez is behind us, and he's pushing us. Whoa! That's contact again by Marquez. Very dirty of him. We keep the pressure on Bastianini as we head for turn 1. Can we make a move here? We go for a launch and we make it stick. It's a brilliant move. Can we keep it on the inside of him? Yes, we can. And it's P12. Great move. Well, we are in the final lap. Ooh, Morbidelli going slow. No, it's Dija. And a brilliant move again in turn 5. But Red Bitter has much better acceleration, but we made a move on Dija. Yeah, still there, but we blocking off the inside line. Going for the final chicane. Marquez just crossed the finish line. They are going slow. They are going very slow. We have a duel with Bezzecchi and we take P9. What a move in the final chicane that was. So, Here you have it, the final results. Alex Marquez wins the race. Pedro Acosta on P2 and Zarco, our rival, finished on P3, the final podium place. We finished in P9 after a brilliant race. We had a long penalty. We had a lot of battles going on in the midfield. And luckily some riders crashed. So we could have moved up the grid. Fabio Quartararo P16, Alex Rins P17. So again, I'm the fastest Yamaha rider on the grid. But what a race that was. Marc Marquez crashing. Bagnaia finished in P4. So I think no. In the Riders' Championship, it's still Marquez who leads, but Bagnaia shrink the gap to 23 points. Yeah, nothing changed here. Let's take a look at the final move. So here we are, cockpit view, rider's view. As we head for the final chicane, a lot of them going very slow. We make a move on, I think it was Binder, and on Bezecchi. Now we have it from the helicopter view. It was Chantra who was going very slow, and he slowed down the others while that's why we could have made a brilliant move on them. So we increase our rep. So that was the Dutch GP. And before we end this video, I want to show you this. These are the transfer rumors. We have Jorge Martin and Bagnaia wanting to go for Honda. Alex Marquez wants KTM. Going from Aprilia to KTM. Not sure if that's a brilliant move. Augura wanted to go for Yamaha. That's the most realistic move because of his Japanese nationality. And we have Marini going from Honda to Trackhouse, Satellite Aprilia, and Jean Mir going also to Trackhouse. I think for Marini and Jean Mir it's a better step than they are than the team they're in, the Hondas. Not sure if Jorge Martin and Bagnaia doing a brilliant move by moving from Aprilia and the factory Ducati to the Hondas, but we will see in the next season if that transfer will go through or not. Next up is a race off, but we will skip that, and then we have the also beautiful Mugello. Very thrilled for that one. With a couple of rounds to go, we're getting to the end of this short calendar season. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you have done so. See you back in Mugello. See ya!